Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to a Monday meditation moment, a few moments. It is the 17th of February, and I am glad that you are here. And we are going to get started straight away. I am going to take some time to get myself comfortable in this chair here, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Take some time to get yourself settled so that you can feel at ease and as comfortable as possible on this day. And whenever you feel that you are ready to begin to move into this time, I'm going to invite you to just let your eyes softly close. When you look at the cover of the Siddur, the prayer book that we use at Falmouth Jewish Congregation and that Reformed congregations all over this country use, you see that the name of the book is Mishkan Tefillah. Tefillah meaning prayer, and Mishkan, usually translated as tabernacle, referring to the Mishkan, the portable tabernacle, the portable place of worship and connection with God that is spoken about to such great length in the Torah, particularly in the Torah portions that we're going to be coming into in the next few weeks. They are all about the instruction given to Moses, which he then passes on to the people, that they are to collect materials, donations, so that the artisans, those blessed with skill in design and art, can use those materials to create this beautiful, portable reminder of God's presence, this Mishkan, this shrine, if you will, that they will carry with them in their wanderings. Mishkan, again, usually translated as tabernacle, comes from a Hebrew root that means to dwell. The root is shachan. In modern Hebrew, for example, that same root as Mishkan, tabernacle, shachan, is a root that gives us the Hebrew word shechunah, which means neighborhood, a place where people dwell together. It also gives us the modern Hebrew word shechenim, which means neighbors, again referring to dwelling, a place where one lives. And it also gives us a word that comes to us from Kabbalah, from the mystical tradition, which is Shekhinah. Shekhinah, in the great broad tradition of Kabbalah, of Jewish mysticism, refers to the feminine aspect of divinity, and it refers to the indwelling presence of divinity, of what Kabbalah calls Ein Sof, the limitless one. And our occasional glimpses and intuitions of that greater presence. And so, Shekhinah, from the same word as Mishkan, tabernacle, from the same word as Shechunah, neighborhood, Shekhinah is understood to be the aspect of the divine that is closest to us, that we can occasionally intuit and in some manner perceive. And one might make a good case that much of Jewish practice, blessings and prayer and study, and all the acts of loving kindness that are enjoined upon us as Jews, one might make the case that all of this is aimed at heightening our awareness of and our openness to that experience of connection to what we might call a greater presence. One of the pathways to that openness, to that sense of connection, is through our connection to other people. That when we feel close to those around us, that when we feel connected to others through our mutual engagement in some shared purpose, that is a door that can open into this sense of Shekhinah, of closeness to the divine. There is indeed a famous quotation from rabbinic literature that says that when we sit together and study Torah in the broadest sense of Jewish wisdom and learning, when we sit together and study in that way, the Shekhinah, the divine presence, exists between us and among us. And so it is with prayer. And so it can be for us now, this very afternoon, knowing that as we sit here, we are not alone, but we create this Mishkan. We evoke this sense of indwelling and shelter through an awareness of the fact that there are others who sit with us, and we can feel grateful to them wherever they are in this moment or later on. that they help us to be more open to that sense of Ein Sof, limitlessness, by virtue of just being together in this common shared time of peacefulness and shalom, wholeness, completeness. So let your heart open to gratitude for this opportunity to be still, to be with others in this way. And let your attention gently move to your nishima, your experience of breathing, feeling the breath as it moves through the mouth or nose, the back of the throat, and noticing the movements of your chest and abdomen as you breathe in and out. And then we'll sit here and just follow our breath for a minute or two, returning without any criticism or fanfare to the breath whenever you notice that you've become distracted. So we're going to sing a little bit together. And this nigun is one that we have done before. It is one that has just one word, a word, and the word is hineni, which means here I am. And it goes like this. We'll sing it a few times. Hineni, 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 hineni. Okay. So, whenever you are ready, you can let your eyes just gently open. First of all, thank you for making the time to be here, to share these lovely moments together. Just a quick note about where we are in the reading of Torah. So this week, we come to a Torah portion called Mishpatim, which means rules, sentences, literally, in the sense of rules. and it is the portion that follows last week's portion, Yitro, which contains the Ten Commandments. In some ways, this week's portion, Mishpatim, is like the fine print, the details of the larger famous rules that are given in the Ten Commandments. It's sometimes been said that if there's a problem with the Ten Commandments, it's that many of the things that are laid out there are things that, at least in principle, nobody would argue with. They're easy to affirm. I'll put the term "easy" in air quotes. For example, don't steal. Not a lot of argument there that stealing is not a good thing. Don't murder. Don't lie about what somebody else did to get them in hot water. These are pretty clear ethical, moral principles. But in this week's portion, Mishpatim, in some respects, we get the fine print, the details of that. So, for example, we shouldn't steal. But what about returning a lost item that we suspect belongs to someone else? We didn't steal it. Maybe we find their farm animal wandering around. Maybe we find a garment or something that we suspect might belong to them. And how far do our obligations extend? To what lengths should we go to return those things to them? The Torah will later get into issues like, right, don't steal, but what about moving your neighbor's landmark, right? And all of these other sort of smaller but very human and very real situations in which, beyond the grand principles, our devotion to those principles really is tested by, especially when no one's looking, right? Do I still maintain my morality, do the right thing? It's a really interesting portion, Mishpatim, and if you're available this coming Shabbat morning, whether on Zoom or to come here and join us in Speen Hall, we'd love to have you at Torah study. The conversations lately have been amazing, and we'd love for you to be a part of them. All right, everybody, we're going to end a minute or two early today. Some things going on here that I need to move on to, but big thank you and virtual hugs for being here today. Thanks a lot for coming, and we'll see you on Shabbat perhaps, and we'll see you, God willing, next Monday. All right, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.